So, cake is a resource in Palworld that is absolutely necessary to breed in your pals, and I've done a video on a guide of how to breed from start to finish, but I thought I would separate it and do a video on the cake specifically, just to help you guys out if that's the only thing you need to know, like the final thing you need to know about breeding. So, if we take a look in our cooking pot, we have cake right here. It has to be a cooking pot, it cannot be a campfire, and the 5 ingredients you need are flour, red berries, milk, egg, and honey. So in order to get these 5, we'll start with the flour. The very first thing you're going to need is a wheat plantation. And if we have a look very quickly, the wheat plantation requires 3 wheat seeds, 35 wood and 35 stone. Then once you have one of those placed, you're going to need watering, planting. You're also going to need gathering and transporting. That's if you want to automate the process, you can just do some of it manually. And then once you do have some wheat, what you're going to need is a mill, because you are going to need to put some wheat into the mill in order to turn it into flour. 3 wheat is going to produce 1 flour. And then you can't do this manually, you have to have a pal that has watering. So if I get out Azarobe and I throw Azarobe there, we are going to produce flour. So that is the first ingredient of the 5. Next up is red berries, and you can either put down berry plantations, which is what Pen King's working on now. In order to build these, you will need 3 berry seeds, 20 wood and 20 stone. You can also, while you're roaming around, find red berry bushes. You can just harvest them straight away, and you're going to get 2 red berries each one, and you'll even get berry seeds. Or you can use caprity. If we look at the habitat quickly, they can be found in these areas that are orange. Once you have one of these, if you place them in the ranch, you'll see Berry Picker sometimes drops red berries from his back when it's assigned to the ranch. And then for the final 3 resources, you have milk, egg, and honey. You're going to need pals, and you're going to need to put them into a ranch. I mean, you can find eggs, but it's just going to be a lot slower, so you might as well just grab the pal. So if we go into our pal deck, if we start with chickpea for eggs, chickpeas are found pretty much everywhere, especially like at the start of the game, you can find loads and loads of them. So grab yourself a chickpea, put the chickpea in the ranch. They are going to produce eggs. The next pal that's going to produce milk is going to be Mozzarina. If we have a look at the habitat, you can find them here over to the left of the desolate church. Once you've captured one of those, put them in the ranch, they're going to produce milk. And then the last one, the pal that will produce honey, is Bee Guard. And if we have a look at the habitat, they spawn up here, but I found mine in the same sort of area as Mozzarina, over to the left of the desolate church. Once you have a Bee Guard, put them in a ranch, they're going to produce honey. Now, when it comes to actually crafting the cake, once you have all the ingredients, I recommend you get a pal that has quite high kindling, because it's a massive workload and it takes a long time. So if I get out Jormuntide Ignis, if we go into our cooking pot and we click on cake, you are going to see that it requires 5 flour, 8 red berries, 7 milk, 8 egg and 2 honey. So if I craft one, you are going to see just how slow it is. And bear in mind, Jormuntide Ignis has the highest kindling level in the game. So even with it level 4, look how slow that cake is being produced. Even if you come over to the cooking pot yourself and you start helping out, it still takes a very long time. But then once you have some cake, if you go to your breeding farm, you put the cake in the box, and then you put 2 pals in, 1 male, 1 female, they are going to start breeding. In order to put the pals in, you have to actually lift them up. So if you go over to a pal that's assigned to your base and you press F, you'll see that I'm able to lift them up. You lift them up, chuck them in there, 1 male, 1 female, put some cake in this box that's attached to the breeding farm. That is your breeding process. So that's exactly how you make cake in Palworld. As I said, it's an absolutely necessary ingredient. Your pals will not breed without it. And what we're going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about the breeding in Palworld in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.